Welcome, seekers of the unseen, to the Oracle's sanctum. Here, where time folds like sacred parchment, we unravel the secrets buried beneath the dust of ages. Today, we journey back, over 5,000 years, to the banks of the mighty Indus River, where a civilization thrived in harmony with the cosmos. Their cities stood without fortresses, their gods wore the faces of beasts, and their spirituality pulsed like a silent mantra beneath the soil. But why did they vanish? What wisdom did they guard? And how does their legacy whisper to us still? Light your candles, open your minds, and step across the threshold. The Indus Valley Civilization circa 3,300 to 1,300 BCE remains one of history's most captivating mysteries, its spiritual beliefs obscured by an undeciphered script. Yet, the ruins of its meticulously planned cities, Harappa, Mohenjo-Daro, Dholavira, reveal a culture deeply attuned to cosmic and earthly harmony. Unlike contemporary Mesopotamian or Egyptian civilizations, which left behind grand temples and inscribed hymns, the Indus people expressed spirituality through subtle symbolism, ritual structures, and an almost sacred approach to urban living. Their lack of overt militarism or glorified kingship suggests a society that valued inner equilibrium as much as material prosperity. Archaeologists have uncovered no definitive temples, yet the civilization's artifacts, seals, figurines, and water-centric architecture hint at a religion rooted in nature worship and meditative practice. The absence of violent imagery stands in stark contrast to other ancient cultures, suggesting a spirituality that prioritized peace and ecological balance. The Great Bath of Mohenjo-Daro, possibly used for purification rituals, underscores a belief in water as sacred, a concept later echoed in Hindu traditions. While their script remains unread, their material legacy whispers of a people who sought divine connection, not through domination, but through alignment with natural and cosmic order. Among the most striking relics of the Indus Valley are its steatite seals, particularly those depicting human figures seated in cross-legged postures resembling yoga or meditation. One such seal, often referred to as the Pashupati seal, depicts a horned figure surrounded by animals, evoking later depictions of Shiva as the Lord of Beasts. Pashupati, the figure's tranquil composure and possible trance-like state, suggests that advanced contemplative practices existed millennia before classical yoga's formal codification. These seals may represent early ascetic traditions, where mastery over the self was as revered as mastery over the external world. The recurring motifs of bulls, elephants, and hybrid creatures further indicate a spirituality intertwined with the natural world. Unlike the anthropomorphic gods of Mesopotamia, Indus deities, if they were deities, appear more symbolic, embodying forces of fertility, protection, and cosmic balance. The unicorn-like creature found on numerous seals remains an enigma, possibly representing a mythological or sacred being. The absence of grand statues or altars suggests that their worship was abstract, perhaps focusing on elemental energies rather than personified idols. This aligns with later Hindu and Jain philosophies, which view divinity as permeating all existence, from the smallest leaf to the vast cosmos. The Indus people's reverence for nature is evident in their art, where trees, animals, and water motifs dominate. People and neem leaves appear on pottery and seals, possibly symbolizing sacred groves or early forms of tree worship, a practice later central to Hinduism and Buddhism. Animals like bulls, tigers, and rhinos are depicted with striking naturalism, suggesting they held ritual or totemic significance. The bull, in particular, may have been a symbol of virility and storm deities, foreshadowing its role in later Indian religions as Nandi, Shiva's Vahana, vehicle. Water, too, held profound spiritual meaning, as seen in the Great Bath and elaborate drainage systems. Unlike the Nile or Tigris-Euphrates, the Indus River's unpredictable floods demanded both practical and sacred management. Ritual bathing, still vital in Hinduism, may have originated here as a means of physical and spiritual purification. Fire altars found at Kalibangan hint at early fire rituals, possibly linked to Agni worship. Together, these elements paint a picture of a civilization that saw divinity in the rhythms of nature, a worldview that would deeply influence later Indian spirituality's emphasis on ahimsa, non-harm, and ecological harmony. The Great Bath of Mohenjo-Daro, a meticulously constructed pool lined with waterproofed bricks, stands as one of the civilization's most enigmatic structures. Its precise function remains debated, but its design, surrounded by small rooms and positioned near what may have been a priestly quarter, suggests ritual use. Scholars speculate it served ablutions similar to Hindu tirthas, sacred water sites, or later monastic baths. The emphasis on cleanliness aligns with the civilization's advanced sanitation systems, implying a spiritual link between bodily purity and cosmic order. Unlike the ziggurats or pyramids of other ancient cultures, the Indus people invested not in towering monuments, but in functional, sacred infrastructure. The absence of grand temples could mean their rituals were decentralized and focused on household shrines or communal spaces like the Great Bath. This contrasts with the priestly hierarchies of Mesopotamia, hinting at a more egalitarian spirituality. The bath's possible use for initiation rites or seasonal festivals underscores a belief in water as a conduit between the human and divine, an idea perpetuated in Hindu pilgrimage practices millennia later. The Indus city's grid layouts, standardized bricks, and precise cardinal alignments reveal a worldview where urban order mirrored cosmic order. Streets were designed for airflow and privacy, while wells and drains ensured both practicality and ritual cleanliness. This harmony between function and spirituality suggests the cities themselves were sacred entities, akin to mandalas or yantras, geometric representations of the universe in later Hindu and Buddhist traditions. The absence of palaces or militaristic iconography further implies that societal harmony was divinely ordained. Structures like the granaries, possibly communal storage or ritual spaces, and the citadel mounds of Mohenjo-Daro may have served administrative and spiritual purposes. Unlike Mesopotamian temple economies, Indus trade seals lack overt religious propaganda, focusing instead on animals and meditative figures. This subtlety implies a spirituality woven into daily life, rather than imposed by rulers. The civilization's eventual decline, marked by climate shifts and river migrations, may have reinforced later Hindu and Jain ideas of cyclical time, where human endeavors are transient against nature's grand design. The undeciphered Indus script, found on seals and pottery, remains the greatest barrier to understanding their spirituality. With over 400 distinct symbols, it may encode ritual invocations, trade records, or philosophical concepts, but without a Rosetta Stone equivalent, its meanings elude us. Some scholars propose links to Dravidian or early Sanskrit, while others see a unique language isolate. The script's brevity, most inscriptions are under 5 signs, suggests it served ceremonial or identificatory purposes, perhaps labeling sacred objects or denoting clan affiliations. Despite this silence, the script's very existence hints at a sophisticated intellectual tradition. Its uniformity across vast distances implies a shared cultural and possibly religious framework. The frequent pairing of script with animal motifs, like the unicorn seal, may denote devotional formulas or divine names. Until deciphered, these inscriptions remain tantalizing fragments of a spiritual lexicon, one that might bridge the Indus Valley to later Vedic or Tantric thought. Their endurance on seals and amulets suggests words held power, a belief central to Hinduism's mantra traditions. Though the Indus civilization faded, its spiritual DNA may have permeated later Indian traditions. The yogic postures on seals find echoes in Hindu and Buddhist meditation. The Pashupati seal's imagery resonates with Shiva's later iconography. The reverence for water, trees, and animals persisted in Jainism's strict ahimsa and Hinduism's sacred groves. Even the Indus emphasis on inner purity over monumental worship aligns with Upanishadic and Buddhist critiques of ritual excess. These continuities suggest the Indus worldview was not erased, but transformed, its essence absorbed into the subcontinent's spiritual tapestry. Yet, the gaps in knowledge invite caution. Without textual evidence, direct links remain speculative. What is undeniable, however, is the civilization's pioneering vision of spirituality as a dance between humanity and nature, one that prized balance over domination. In an age of ecological crisis, their legacy feels strikingly modern, a reminder that true transcendence begins with harmony, both within and with the world around us. Their silent ruins urge us to listen, not just to the grand narratives of history, but to the quiet wisdom of those who walked in tune with the earth. The Indus Valley civilization may sleep beneath the earth, but its spirit lingers. In the yogi's breath, the rustle of sacred pipal leaves, the ripple of ritual waters. They remind us, true power lies not in conquest, but in communion, with nature, with the self, with the unseen threads that bind all things. If their echoes stirred something within you, speak their names. Share this vision, and don't forget to subscribe. For the past whispers many secrets yet to be uncovered. Drop a like if you felt the weight of their wisdom, and remember, you are now a keeper of their mystery. Until next time, this is the Oracle's Sanctum, where the past is never truly lost.